Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Plum Wild podcast. I am your host, as always, Nathan Waddell. Today is February 29th. It's a leap year day, leap day. And I'm joining the booth with my best friend, Damian Kiefer.
Good morning, chat.
Tonight's episode is yet again presented by Majula C Speed Shop. It's the #1 community on iRacing to learn and to win. And as many of you know, I am now a part of that community, and I can attest to that. The sets are fast, the community is strong, and someone will always be there to answer any questions. Be sure to use code PLUMWILD for 15% off at checkout. That's code PLUMWILD. We appreciate Majula C Speed Shop for coming on board to sponsor another episode. We got a lot to catch up on, Keith. We hadn't, done one of these episodes in 2 weeks.
A week.
I think it's been 2 weeks.
Missed a week.
Yeah, so 2 weeks since the last one. 2 weeks in a day because it's Thursday, and we're starting at an earlier time. But we're back. We got a lot to talk about. But first, how are you doing today, Keith?
We're not doing bad. I released my true inner blue collar today. Had the muck boots on down in the trenches, setting the poles up. Really got to work out the body. Felt like a man today.
Yeah,
I was big pole,
little 5'6" man. Let's go.
5'6". Come on.
What?
Everyone knows. My license even says 5'8".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's allowed to lie.
I don't think you're allowed to lie. They don't cut you any slack.
You know what we should do real quick is show our stuff that we got from Apex Designs. Mine's gonna be backwards. Kiefer's is gonna be correct. But
wow.
Yeah, we got. Look at that.
Well,
mini door die cast.
We got Cody Williams'
yep.
die cast here.
It's pretty neat. If y'all want to get your own, definitely.
This thing totes the left front. It is pretty.
Yeah,
I did check it. I made sure.
And it's a 3-link.
Verified. And it is from the looks of it, it looks like a 3-link.
Yeah.
So
little 3-link. But yeah, definitely check out Apex Designs on Facebook, and I think on Instagram. Use code PLUMWILD for 15% off. Those are really cool. But yeah, we got a lot to catch up on, man. We had 2 weeks worth of NWRA and some news in our personal lives a little bit, and just some overall shit happening. There's a lot to go over. So let's start off with NWRA at Elora.
At Elora, what? I'm trying to really remember what happened. I'm almost positive there was an invert.
Yes, Dylan Wilson took the invert yet again. And this time he didn't die immediately for doing it.
This is true. He ended up winning his heat race, I believe, from fourth. I was in heat 4. What heat? Were you in heat 6? No, heat 2, I believe. Heat 2.
I don't remember either. It might have been heat 2. Yeah, I think it was heat 2, and I started 6th, I think. I hadn't been able to qualify worth of shit recently, but I started, I want to say 6th, and I ended up getting the final transfer in 4th.
Yeah.
I wrecked Jesse Enterkin at the line. But look, I want to clarify. If anybody saw that and thought that I did it on purpose, I just want to clarify I did. But I only did it because I knew it was the last lap, and it wasn't going to hurt either of our positions or anything. But yeah, we barely snuck in. You had a better night than I did, though.
I qualified 4th overall, and invert hit me. I had to start 4th. Chris was actually on the pole.
Boss man, start pole.
I ran second to him. From 4th, which I'll take. 4th to 2nd in a heat race after an invert, not bad, especially at Eldora. And then feature time came, started 8th, and I rode for a good while, and I ended up running 4th there. Felt like I had a little bit better of a car. I actually had a checkup for D-Will with 2 to go whenever we were battling up there with Chase and oh my gosh, I forget who else was up there. There's 4 of us.
Who else was up there? It was you.
Dylan
Chase,
Wilson, Chase Barbara.
Dylan Hauser. Hauser won it. That's who we're
Yes.
missing.
Yep. And then you on the other hand had
Mm.
a rough feature.
Yeah, we, barely making it in yet again. So we started, I think, 14th, 16th, something. But I knew, like, I've just not had the tacky speed recently, and it's nothing to do with the sets. I don't think it's just on me. But I knew that once the feature came, I would have speed, and I did. I worked my way up to, I want to say I was in 8th or 9th at one point. I was right there behind you, and
Yeah.
me and Nick Baum were throwing bombs on each
Dude,
other.
I've been having some races lately like that
Yeah,
where like I am like just sending full sends. But
full
like
send bombs. But
but
I can't remember. I want to say, I think I had tried middle, and yeah, so I had tried middle because I was really trying to get around Nick, and Chance Carr had kind of caught up, and so we go down the back stretch, and Chance is there on my quarter panel, so I left him a lane, but then we both tried to cut down a little bit going into 3, like to
yeah.
run middle, and he kind of hooked me. I got into Nick Baum, like it was just a whole mess, and so I had damage after that. And this was like, I want to say like 15, 20 laps into the race, and it's a 50 lap feature, and I'm like, do I take the quick repair? Because I know I got bad damage. So
You were like
I was like,
11th or 12th, I believe, at that point in time.
yeah. Or no, we did a restart, and I
Yeah,
rode, and I was like, okay, this car is way too fucked up. Next caution, I'm taking
right.
the so yeah, I think it was like 35 laps in. That's what it was. It was like 30, 35 laps. We were getting towards the end, and
15 to go. It was something, and it was kind of
yeah,
like the point where it was like,
it didn't matter either way. The way I see it, I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going backwards with this damage, and if
yeah,
I go in and get a quick repair, I'll have a clean car. But I start at the back, so I decided to make the risky play, and then fucking come out of the pits, 1 to green. I'm right behind Yeager, going down the back stretch, single file restart, and I thought I saw him go, so I go a little bit, and I'm like, he's not going. I let off, and then I get ass packed from behind, and it puts me in the wall at like 25 miles an hour. I doubt it did any damage, but at that point, I was done. I was
yeah.
like, fuck it, I'm tired of this. So I tried to fucking pull back down because I saw that there was people behind me, but they were stopped. And so I tried to get it going and just go into the pits and rage quit. And I fucking drove right across the track in front of, I believe, Jason Salter, and I felt so bad. I was
Yes,
like,
yeah.
God, just a complete lapse of judgment on my part. But yeah, I ended
Right.
up not with a great run, not the one that I wanted. But that was Eldora. You had a good run. I did not. Lucas Oil, again, I can't qualify.
I qualified 4th again, I believe.
Yeah, I can't qualify. Kiefer can qualify. Kiefer just gets lucky, I think. But no,
Wow.
that one. Here's the thing. That race, I think we had one caution early, but that race was so insanely boring to me.
That race was
Like,
so tough. I made one mistake and I lost 3 spots.
yeah, we were all just like, we were kind of all running different lines, but like it was just,
I feel like the track was racy because there was a good amount of time there where me and Cruz Caudell actually ran side by side for like, I don't know,
well, yeah,
15, 20 laps it felt like.
me
But
and
like you
Chance
just
Carr were
couldn't
riding side by side for a while.
but like you couldn't really make ground on that track either. Like everyone, no matter where you
Yeah.
went, was kind of the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So like
saying.
if you went to the top, you had to like full tilt it, send it, and like it was only maybe just a little better. Where like the bottom, you could kind of, if you would have ripped it, it'd been just as good, if not a little bit better. But
And then you could just roll through the middle. I don't know. Like maybe that's the
yeah, and
definition
then
of good racing, but to me it was
the
boring as
slider,
hell.
the slider line wasn't like too far off either. Like that was kind of what I ran, and it was right there. But it was super technical, and a lot of like very little mistakes cost me a little spots. But um,
Where'd you end up
Lucas
finishing?
Oil, 7th, I believe.
I finished 13th. I don't know. I just wasn't. I didn't feel.
Yeah, that was true.
That one was a boring race to me. And Eddie was happy that we only had the one caution, but I don't know. It just wasn't, and it's not his fault. It wasn't his
No,
fault at all. And many people would probably say that there wasn't any fault at all. They probably would say that the track was good, but I don't know. I just don't. I still am not too pleased with how some tracks race right now. But
but then like
I don't
some
want
of
to
these
keep harping on it.
I've raced a few officials this week now, and like some of these official tracks, like what I just saw Rocket put in there, like we had a banger of a feature going on there,
At
like when we were
Charlotte.
racing at Charlotte for a good while, and then I had another race earlier or not earlier, but later last night. With Chase, Turrigan, Casey was in there, and a few other guys. But like we were racing hard, and I was on the bottom. Durgan was on the middle. Chase was on the top. Chase was on the middle. I was on the bottom. It was hard to pet. Like, and I led half of it, but I stepped on my PP on a restart.
That PP
But
step.
ended up third in that. But like the track was actually really racy, at least for like the first 40. But it had a
Charlotte's
lot of grip
always
in
been
it.
pretty racy. But
The track had a lot
the
of grip
thing
in
is,
it.
it's just always. I don't want to just keep bitching about it, but it just still feels like
Like in
there's too much grip. You know.
in the slick, it just gets less racy. I feel like because there's a lot of grip. There is a lot of grip there,
Yeah.
and like you can't really true. Charlotte's not bad because you can actually kind of use the bottom and get the grip still. But a lot of the tracks, you get your left rear down there in that grip, and it don't work.
I don't even feel that way about Charlotte. Like I go down there and it just I don't know, but maybe it's just a setup thing.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, so that was NWRA the past 2 weeks. We've got
I had no
Clarksville.
drama in that official. That was crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
was a little upset about it actually.
You were wanting the drama.
Yeah,
You were
I
wanting
had a
to
few.
get you were wanting it to get a little bit plum
I
wild.
Well, I've been told that these officials have been bad, and I actually ran a few. I know it's Charlotte, but there was no drama. I have nothing to. I was hoping to have something to talk about this week, but we do have Clarksville at the Toilet Bowl coming up.
You got a new wrap on your car for that?
Got a new wrap on the car. We got the Plum podcast on the side now.
Yeah, let's go.
Um, Goal of the weekend, of course, is trying to bring home a plunger and a toilet. Missed out on it last year. Made a mistake in the heat race on plunger night and hit the kill switch with my elbow, leading the heat race.
Yup.
Started 20th. Ended up 5th and went into Saturday night for toilet bowl night. Qualified 2nd. I missed the line a little bit. I'm a squirrel. But I was like, all right, I'm recovered. It's okay. I'm starting up front this week or tonight. Rain came, got canceled. I ended up 2nd. Never really got to race my toilet night. Weather looks good though for this weekend. I think it's like 60s, 70s.
Oh, is it
So
this weekend? Like
yeah,
tomorrow?
it's like I'm leaving tomorrow at lunch.
Let's go. Y'all be sure to tune into that. Where can they watch that at?
You can see that at pitroad.tv. I think you can look at the Clarksville Speedway page and they got it on there.
ROW or ROAD? Row or road?
ROW.
Gotcha. Pit row.
Like
Gotcha.
like old row.
Yeah. I know
Like
exactly
pit
what you're
row.
talking about. But I love that we've got the Plum Wild podcast on the wrap now,
It's
dude.
gonna be the release. And Josh James artwork is usually at Clarksville. I don't know if you guys follow him, but like as of like pitcher guys,
Josh
Josh
James
James
is
is
pretty high
pretty
up there.
good, and he's there. But like it got the new body on it. I'm stoked to see the pics.
I'm ready to watch too. I'm
And like
very
speaking
excited.
of picks, we do have some news that we could still talk about, like things. But Mario
Yeah.
Perez, he's back.
Mario's
MP
back,
photography,
baby. Picks.
Top Show Graphics,
Let's
picks, picks,
go.
picks.
I was glad that Mario came back because Mario is just he's so good at the pictures. And I had to tell Clayton, I was like, hey man, I appreciate you, but Mario's coming back, and I'm probably gonna go back to Mario for the pics. And he didn't have any hard feelings about that. So, oh, and yeah, like Cody Williams said, we've got the Plum Wild podcast logo on Cody Williams' non-wing sprint car too, which is fucking sick.
It's on the front. Well,
Yeah,
I like to
underneath
spot
the
it. It's
scoop,
right
right?
there.
Isn't it near the
Well,
scoop?
it's on the scoop,
Oh yeah.
or like with a scoop, like where it intakes the air. Like the
Hmm.
Plum Wild podcast is like
Yeah, we're
right there.
blocking the intake of air right there, just with our logo.
Dude, I love air. I can talk about air for days.
But I just want to say something though. Mario is back. All right. And he says he's back. And I just want to go on another little rant because apparently it was so funny the last time that I went on a rant about Mario getting mad at me because he leaves and then leaves me with no one to get my pictures, from. And so I have to go to, someone else. I go to Clayton and he gets all upset about it. He was like, "You just gonna leave me like that?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, you left me." But now he comes back and I ask him for some pictures. He said, "I'm just a piece of meat to you, aren't I?" And I'm like, "What do you want from me, brother?" Like,
Dude, I think partially of the reason of Mario's return is his experience down in East Bay, seeing his rap actually in real person. I think that was pretty sick to
you're
him.
wanting to take a lot of credit, huh?
Well, I've been convincing him. He's designed like a rap for me because I'm
Uh-huh.
like, hey, like you're up first. Like you did my last one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do the next one? Like you're the last dude to do it. Yada yada yada. And he was like, I'm getting a PC next week after I move in. Don't worry. I was like, okay. And then that
Well,
was that. And that's
I'm
when I knew Mario was coming back.
I'm glad he's back too. Mario,
Me
I've
too.
missed Mario being back. We had some somewhat, I guess you could call it somber news over the past week or two. Whenever it happened, SLR shut down for
Yeah.
good. I don't
Sad times.
yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there with Pete and his whole situation, but he did officially like shut SLR down for good. He says sold his rigs, or at least I know he sold one of them. I don't know exactly what he's going to be doing now, but I know. Regardless what you think of him or the whole hosted races that he would put up, it's going to be it's going to kind of suck to not have his races to run whenever he's doing them. Like again, regardless of what you think, like what he was doing for the community overall was a good thing. I think with the hosted races that he was putting up. Anytime that someone's willing to take that much time out of their day and their week, their life to broadcast races for us for free, and allow us to put on a show for people that's not just us doing it in official where no one's watching, that's a good thing. So again, to whatever Pete's going through, I hope it gets better for him. We're gonna miss the SLR races for sure. Also, we got Hannah is gone.
Hannah is gone.
She's
Sad times.
gone.
Hannah's in New Mexico, dude.
She's
She be
all the
slaying
way
them tortillas.
in New Mexico. She left last week for travel nursing, and I gotta be honest, man, it sucks. It really sucks.
It
Like
is.
she is so far away, and she's gonna be gone for so long. It kind of sucks her not being here. It really hit me the first night that I went to do our usual going to bed routine, and she wasn't here, and I was like, "Fuck, man, this kind of sucks." But I miss her a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
But she'll be back soon, and I hope she's having fun out there and making a lot of money. No, but I'm excited for her. She's been wanting to do it for so long. I'm glad she's finally doing it. Glad that she's finally getting to travel more and see more of the world, if you want to say. It's really just New Mexico. How great can it be? But also, last two things I wanted to cover. We've got two huge milestones. I would say huge that we hit, or at least I hit. We hit 500 subscribers on YouTube, which is really fucking cool.
Dope.
And we hit 1,000 followers on Twitch, which is
1,001 now.
crazy. I mean, just absolutely crazy how many. I started streaming on Twitch in March of last year. and we've already got 1,000 followers here. It really is like just unbelievable that many people are already following, and that I've got that many. I don't know if you'd call them fans, but 1,000 people following, like
just
that's
like the people listening.
cool.
Like it's just cool, like just to see outside and the people that.
And I appreciate every single one of them. Like no joke. Like I don't know. I may have missed one or two along the way, but I try to always say thank you to anyone who follows or subscribes, anything like that. I appreciate every single one of them. But yeah, that's all I've got. You got anything else?
I had a milestone in my life.
Oh, that's right.
We're moving out, boys. We're
moving out.
In a month, we'll have a new setup. Hopefully, all set up. Have a little man cave office. Won't have the bed in the back.
And these podcasts will be in person
from
now.
Fiber.
No.
From fiber.
Oh, you got fiber?
Fiber.
It's over.
Just a straight hookup.
Oh, it's over.
I don't know if anybody really knows this about me before we bring on Casey, but my internet connection and my download speed probably is the lowest on iRacing. One of the lowest. Because
I know old Interkin over there at Hunt the Front.
He's got it rough too.
He's probably got it worse than you. He literally he has to combine 2 internet service providers to be able to stream and not have issues.
Well, like, he's not gonna say I don't even have phone service at my house.
I don't have great phone service here. But
no, like I can't even. Like I could not even. I can't access anything at my house.
Oh, speaking of which, how many of y'all people watching live or listening to it after? How many of y'all had your phone service go out last Thursday? You had absolutely no service. I have AT&T.
I was fine.
You were fine. I had AT&T, and here's the thing. Hannah was leaving that morning, and she woke me up, around the time that she was she was already going to go ahead and wake me up for me to start getting ready. And she was like, hey, we don't have phone service. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, what are we going to do? And I'm like, well, actually, now that it's actually not a great thing. So she was like really worried, obviously, because she's about to hit the road for 18 hours and have absolutely no service. And we didn't know how long it was going to be down. By the way, the reports were like 50,000 people without cell service. I'm like, motherfucker, that's how many people have reported. How many people are going to actually go on to downdetector.com and report that they're down? They're just going to go over there and see, okay, a lot of people don't have service. I'm one of them. Like, it had to have been in the millions. It was crazy. But so Hannah literally, she was like, I can't like just be on the road with no phone, like, to listen to music or to have directions, or like if something happens to be able to call someone. And so she literally went to Walmart and bought a phone. What do they call it? Like a track phone? What do they call them things where you buy the phone with the minutes and everything? Not a tracker.
The minute phone?
I don't even know what they called it, but
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Like the little cheap ass phone that you could.
Yeah, like the burner.
Well, she bought a burner. That's what I called it. Was a burner. I was like, she bought a fucking burner. She bought a burner, bro.
I did know that.
Literally bought a burner, and then within 30 minutes after her buying the burner, her phone started getting service again. I thought that was pretty fun.
She got a boner phone? That's crazy.
Got a boner phone. Chill out. Chill out. Whoa. All right. You ready to bring on Jordan Casey?
Yeah. I think it's about time.
I think it's about time to bring him on, too. We will be right back with our special guest for tonight's episode, Jordan Casey.
You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
All right. We are back with our special guest for tonight, Jordan Casey. He's been around the sim for a long time, racking up several wins against the best of the best. And recently, he started Free Speed, a place to get good free setups for multiple cars, dirt cars on iRacing. Jordan, welcome to the Plum Wild podcast.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you getting in here on short notice. We actually, people don't know this, we actually had a different guest. And of course, I've always wanted to have you on, but I had a different guest.
We did talk about you last week. Prior, we were like, hey.
And then
you were online, so.
And then our guest couldn't make it, and I was like, fuck. Well, it's already been over a week since we did our last one. I was like, I got to get somebody. So you were the first person, especially with the free speed stuff recently. I was like, we need to have him on anyways. Let's go ahead and ask him. So I appreciate you stepping up last minute.
No problem, bro. Of course, you're gonna bring on D Will, love me and everything.
Wow. No. See, you beat D-Will this time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
technically, you beat him.
Yeah,
Gotta
you got here
take
first.
technicality, bro.
You got here
Technicality.
first.
But no, it's exciting to see not really a new face to iRacing, but a new community, and you started a big thing over there. What brought you to start that or to build that kind of a community and just want to do that, I guess?
Honestly, I just thought about it for a while, and uh, I don't know. D Will kind of had the same thought, and he always talked about doing it too. So it's just as much his idea as it was mine. It was probably his before mine, and he just never had time. He's got kids. I ain't got kids,
Yeah,
and uh, I don't know, man. I just got bored one day. I was playing Call of Duty. I'm like, let's turn on iRacing again. Got on, pretty much just killed everybody the first month that I was on again. Made
yeah.
no friends. Just didn't have no racecraft. Was all over the place, and
It
uh,
was fun. It
I
was
don't know,
probably
man.
fun at that time.
It's just fun learning it again, like learning
Yeah,
what's good, and that's where I find joy. I find joy in actually what I'm doing, like
right.
building setups, making people faster,
Yeah,
not having to pay, like just, and that's where D will. I know you find joy in that too, Kiefer.
yeah, yeah.
Um, that's
I
the
support it.
fun in the game for me. The fun in the game is finding speed and searching for it. So
Yeah, because there's always, and like I'm a big advocate, especially like in the real world. And you've been around the real world with your father or Terry Casey, and he East Bay winner. So like you've had your fair share of real world experience, and you know how much those race cars like. There's speed that can always be found. You can never like, and racers are always searching. Um, but no, it is exciting. And that was like back whenever, even whenever I was building for Apex, and even whenever Apex was kind of finished, and I was still building for Nathan and a few of these other guys, and now helping out these NLRA guys and a few of them, and it's exciting to see these guys like it brings joy to their faces and the smiles and like, oh my god, dude, like that was like I felt good, or
right,
man, I that's the fastest I've ever been, and like I won a race this week and stuff like that. Like that's cool to hear. And um yeah, like you hope for your guys to beat you, like that's exciting. You want the people to outgrow you and outdo you almost, but it's what you're doing there in the community. I know it's still fresh and it's probably still growing, and I saw you guys got a big block guy now, and I'm sure it will keep growing and turn into some great things.
yeah. There's a lot of people stepping up right now, so I appreciate. I know nothing about big blocks, or I used to know mods like UMP mods. I don't know damn thing about
Anymore.
racing. But yeah, I haven't
No,
raced
it's
those
all
things.
changing. And then we got a new update coming, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
next week. That'll
Yep.
change things again.
Dude, so
Nathan's excited for that. He's ready to rip some micros.
dude, I gotta be honest. Like, I was worried that we were just gonna get the winged ones, and we actually are gonna get the
We get
wingless
the
ones,
non-wing
the
too. That's
non-wings.
nice.
That's gonna be great. I probably will rip some non-wings at Millbridge. I'm kind of looking forward to that. But I was curious, Jordan, has it surprised you at all how many people have joined the free speed team?
Well,
Whether
Or
that's
I
like
knew
the people that are actually downloading the sets or in the Discord, or like the people that are helping out. Like, has any of that surprised you?
the first week, yeah, like I didn't think we'd have like 400 members in there already like the first week, and then all the names of people that are winning, whether it's second split, top split, whatever, and they're just winning instantly on it. And you guys have seen it, like people qualifying. It's like who the hell is that, bro? I never heard of this
right.
name before. And it's
And there's
like,
a few of these guys have like, well, there was a few, I'll just say his name. He was gosh, what's his name? Will Hanger. This week at Charlotte, I had a few races with him. I haven't really raced with him a lot, but some of these guys are fast and
yeah,
have some good. We had a few good races there. With a few of these guys, and it's nice to see some. I feel like the racecraft, since not necessarily free speed has started, but I feel like the racecraft of the community is slowly becoming better. Because like I was in that official the other night with you. There was no bitching. I was pissed. I don't know if you heard me say it like lap 48 before we had the last yellow. I was like, dude, what's going on? There's no
Where's the
one complaining.
drama?
Yeah, like
Where's the confetti?
someone yell at somebody, dude. Like, come on.
Drama's good, but like all I want is like everybody just fair game on the racetrack. Like if
Yeah,
somebody's a little bit faster than them, obviously race them.
yeah,
But there's no reason if somebody passes you and they're 2/10
yeah.
faster to go and throw a slider the next corner and door them.
Right. And like knowing I actually had one incident. My first official, I ran. I wrecked like first lap of the feature because I just got to be aware of your surroundings too, and a lot of especially at a place like Charlotte, things happen very quickly and like you just got to be cautious of your surroundings because guys getting to the top. Okay, this guy's on the bottom. You can't cut down here and just.
Yeah,
But I feel like Charlotte's also a good place to race too. So
yeah,
and
it's a bigger track, more room. So Charlotte's always been good. It's always been my favorite.
I like
Knoxville's
Knoxville.
alright
Yeah, we had
too.
Knoxville
Knoxville,
last week. We had some good battles there. You and me
Knoxville's a
did,
good race.
Jordan.
I feel like the officials actually haven't like I know the leagues have been
I say
struggling
that though.
lately, but the officials in like the super races, I feel like I know some people might not say it, but I feel like the tracks aren't bad.
No, they're not. Like
Whenever they
our
start fresh, not the pre-gen ones. The pre-gen ones are
I think
rough.
regen are actually decent too. Like you just gotta search for it. Like
Well, you do, and like
you
the
seen me
bottom
running
has
the
been pretty
bottom
good. Yeah,
last night, all night. Like I didn't move, and
yeah,
I was right there at the end. I just
yeah.
botted up, and I can't run a line because I'm old,
Dude,
bro.
yeah, no, that's how I feel. Like, if you could have ran, like, and it's been nice to see that the bottom works because how long has it been since you've been able to run a bottom at a racetrack?
It's I know it
Like,
accounts for
and be competitive,
right,
like,
right.
all race and stuff like that. Like, that's a little nice. I know there's a few lines
2019.
that are going to be a little faster. Like, the middle and the slider line was really, really good, and a few officials I ran. But the racing seems a little better. Um,
I mean, I don't know what we can
I
do
don't
to
know.
make the racing better, but like, uh, I
We were
think it's
3 to
been
4 wide like multiple times this
right.
week,
It's been
and
decent.
I know at Lucas Oil like everything was like super comparable, but if Lucas Oil like in the heat races and the B mains and NWRA with Nathan, I feel like those weren't bad. Like those were actually pretty racy.
I think
But
to
I
have
feel like the tracks just have to have grip now.
the best rate like racing for a feature wise is to let you guys have no warm up, literally set it to 0 and just go because you're gonna have comers and goers. You're gonna have people on different PSI.
Yeah,
Everybody tests in a slick track, at the beginning, and
right.
it's not if you throw them a curveball, like they're not gonna expect that. Everybody's gonna be tight. Some people
Yeah,
are gonna be loose in the beginning. I know us as drivers, we don't want that because
right.
it like separates a little bit.
You want the consistency.
But I think for the best racing, like that's what or have
Yeah.
a minute warm up or whatever, 2 minute warm
Right.
up.
It's the surprises, like, cause that six
Right.
percent, like that changed a lot of things, and everyone was like, "Oh no!" And I think that is possibly why maybe it was more comparable, cause we couldn't. Where like you usually test and you narrow it down for just that one line in the slick,
Right.
and that's where you end up tunnel vision in that one line,
That's
and
gonna be one lane. Yeah.
everyone runs that one lane. Where if you throw them surprise in the curveball, kind of like I guess officials do, and like how Eddie did the other night, that 6%, it just
Right.
you can't. You have to just go on
Nobody
a limb,
did you test your feature set in a 0% track? Probably not. Like you
or
probably
Yeah.
tested it
or
like
or like
20,
a
30,
or like when
40.
the pros like when people kind of complain when the Pro Series does like a 12% reset or stuff like that. Like I think it's just like you go into the races on a Friday or Saturday night and they till the track up for the features in a
Right.
way, and like
And then
right like
everybody's
because I've
back in
had
the
it.
trailer making changes and shit. Yeah.
I've been in staging, and we had to change your tire because they just tilt the whole racetrack like right there while I was in staging. I was like,
But that
so like you just got to be able to adapt on the fly.
that's good news though for your 3-lane car, you know what I'm saying? When
Oh
they
yeah,
feel the
yeah,
racetrack.
yeah,
You got that 2016 impressive 3 lane.
yeah.
Mhm.
Dude, that thing you saw it in action down there at East Bay.
I was impressed with you, bro. I was pretty insane. I was like, "Holy shit, bro!
That
This
thing's
looks like a Rayburn modified all over again, like
it's
back in the
pretty.
day."
That's kind of what we're going for in a way. Is kind of try to keep it old school, man, like the old
Like,
ways. And Rayburn wasn't wrong. That's all I'm saying. He
hey,
did. He invented the shit. You know.
you know a 3-link late model won that week too. You know Owens is on that or whatever, a swing
Yeah.
arm.
I thought he was
Yeah.
on a Z-Link.
He was on a swing
It's
arm type shit.
yeah.
Same theory.
It's same theory or similar theories.
Not the
I don't
4
know
bar.
what exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he was on a swing arm, oh yeah, that thing's got
He had a
traction.
swing arm mounting the left rear or whatever. I
Yeah.
think 4 bar right rear or whatever.
Yeah, I believe. Or
Wow.
yeah.
So the going back to the free speed stuff, you you've talked pretty negatively about paid setup shops for a while, right? Like you don't really,
I
not
don't think
really,
it's negative, bro. Like I've always thought about it too, but like I just think
but you
people,
were
not everybody can afford that stuff. You
right.
shouldn't have to pay to win, you know? It's not a
I
pay
get
to
what you're
win. We're
saying.
already paying enough for everything else, you know?
Yeah.
What was the sort of final straw, if there was one, to like say, all right, we're gonna create our own, free setup shop.
So I can't speak on every setup shop, but I know probably 80% of them, bro, and this is gonna cause some drama, but 80% of them aren't selling what they're actually on. Like they're selling, and I'm not speaking for Seattle. Like I don't buy them, I don't know them, but like I've been around them, and I know some people they'll water down that setup. Like they
Yeah.
don't want you to be the same speed as them. They want to win every time too. And all these house car drivers or whatever that are on the team, they're actually probably getting the speed that, but they're watering down a lot of these setups. And also it comes down to like half the tracks you don't want a certain air in the tire. You could
Yeah.
sell a baseline set. I could go run that thing everywhere. And it comes down to just changing the air pressure, redoing the
Mhm.
ride heights, and just you can go out there and compete.
Right. And
They shouldn't have to pay $20 every time for 3 clicks. Like I want
Would
to eventually teach people how to do this so
yeah.
they can just do it. And it's as simple as going in your setup and hitting
And
5 clicks and
it's coming down to a value then of the setup, really, is what your dispute is with it, because of, and I've thought about this too. Like, if you really look at it, I think 95% of the speed that you get in building a setup right now is just by putting in the air pressures that everyone is
it
running.
is. People
So,
overthink.
right. So, but what I'm getting at is that on the last build, pre-refresh, you had to do a lot more to a setup to make it fast, because it wasn't something as simple as just putting the tire pressures at what everyone else has. I feel like the tire pressures are too much of an easy speed thing. So would you have maybe not have done free speed if it was on the old build, where it did take some more time and fine tuning to really make a setup excel?
I mean, I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and like the new build, you don't know what you're gonna have for that new build, and
True.
I look forward to the new builds, bro. Like I
yeah.
like trying
Well,
different shit, but
well,
everybody's narrowed it down to it's pretty much PSI right now. Whatever PSI you pick,
Which I
the
think is
ride
dumb
heights.
in its own reason. Like, why is high tire pressure faster?
It isn't really.
That's
Like I mean, you think it is, but on a tacky track, Nathan, if you go run 8:12 at the beginning of the race, you could say that you can stay that same speed throughout the whole race or whatever. 12:16, it just gives you a tighter
right.
grip, tighter feel,
You're
more
turning
grip.
like this, or like this, or like
Yeah,
this, or like this, or like
like I'm
this.
not saying it's not fast on a tacky 1 lap run, right?
right.
But if you let your tires warm up at 8:12, you're gonna be passing that guy in 12:16 in about 5 laps. I'm not kidding. Like
Yeah.
you just got to go try it, and you'll be like, holy shit, like
Hmm.
it's that much faster.
But,
12:16 is a good 1 lap run. 10:16, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Kiefer knows what I'm talking about. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you screw with setups yet or not,
I
but you
not
should.
really. I don't really
You
mess with
should, bro.
setups too much. I don't have as much.
Just learn.
I don't have too
If you
much
just learn
time.
that PSI, bro, and like you learn the ride heights thing, like
The
you,
ride. I'm a big
But
ride heights
my
guy.
my
Like the ride
gripe
heights.
my gripe with it though is that it like is higher tire pressure like a speed thing IRL. That's what I'm getting at. Is like, why
No.
there's some sets that are,
It, You
18,
wanted to
20
compare.
pounds in the right rear for qualifying. Like, why is that a thing on iRacing?
I don't know. It's dumb.
I don't
It is.
agree with it.
That is very dumb.
That's what I was getting at, really. Like,
Yes.
it's not realistic, and it's also like an easy way to get speed. Like, why it doesn't make sense. That was what
We're
I was
like,
my complaint with it.
I'm more intrigued of building the mechanical traction in the race car. Where
Right. That's what I feel like we had on the old build.
Right, and that's where you got to keep the car gripped up all the time. I just feel like the racetrack's got a lot of grip right now, especially whenever you're hooked up and like you get the car like pretty good. Like I'm still lap 50. If I hit the grip, I'm matted like to the wood, and I'm like, I mean, you'll spin it and you can get some wheel spin in it, but I just feel like I don't like Nathan said it the other night, like when I was in that heat race, like I didn't turn the wheel, kind of like I know Hauser was rambling on his wheel settings thing the
Right.
other night, but like you could have went in my cockpit and like I bet I turned the wheel maybe 11-1 twice or three times like throughout the whole total of that, and I was stuck. Like
He
I know
was
I ran
stuck.
second,
You look
but
stuck.
like I never lifted. I never lifted. Just drove around there, and I was like, damn. And like throughout the night, even in the feature, like I was stuck like that most of the time. I mean, you got to lift a little now, but not as much as you used to in a super. Used to in a super, you were like half core throttle. You know what I mean? I feel like you had to be a lot more out of the gas.
And you can still do that, but that like comes to us like a
Right.
PSI thing too in the right
Right.
rear. Like 812, you want to be less on the throttle.
Yeah.
If you, I ran 810 at the Charlotte the other night too, just around the bottom. Like it likes that grippy shit,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna spin a tire. Whereas you're running 1014 or whatever, you can hammer on it into the corner, feel like you have drive. Realistically, you ain't got much more drive than me down there because I'm on 810 lower PSI. It's sticking better to that and
Yeah.
turning better. But if I go up to the slick and try to run that shit, like I'm
Done.
out to lunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You can't. You
810
can't.
likes, yeah, like lower PSI. I ran 8.8. I tried everything, bro. Like, and I
Oh,
mean,
I
it's
mean,
actually
I'm a
pretty even.
I'm my own worst enemy, especially like we haven't really talked a lot about like the setup building stuff, but like on the setup building side of things, like on my things, like I drive myself crazy because I change things constantly, all of the time.
I'm saying that's what I was gonna say when you said you had that ultimate feel. You probably went and changed a bunch of shit, and now you can't remember what the hell you did before that.
Oh no,
I do that shit all the time, bro. Like, oh,
I
I didn't say that.
I have a fairly like I'm just a numbers guy. Like I don't I don't know if I should say this out loud or not, but like I can look at like I can just look at a few setups and across. I've seen a lot of setups throughout this build. We'll just say that. And like for my own stuff and stuff like that, it is all almost to kind of like there's certain things that it's just preferable on a driver. Like yes, you have guys winning or like CFM they have guys winning. Elite they have guys like there's a lot of guys that like house speed they got guys winning. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's got but it there are some you don't have to be a lot of it is kind of driving style as well.
I think
And
it comes down to like the J bar most of the time. That
or
J bar that you
and
don't lose.
I'm a shock guy, dude. Like I change
Yeah,
shocks,
then
and like I'm a left. I think left like some things are like driver dependent. Like I think a left front spring's kind of driver dependent because like I'm not. I've never been a not. I've never been a soft guy, and I've never been a stiff guy.
for sure.
Um, I'm just kind of in the middle, and like, but like that's me. And like right rear stuff, I like something different than a lot of other people. But I like my wheel turning to the. I never get tight. My race cars never get tight, and like
Yeah,
sometimes it's a disadvantage because you lose drive. But that's my style. Like I'd rather lose drive so I'd never get tight.
yeah.
You've been around for a long time, like since I think 2018-ish is what I saw whenever I looked at your profile.
Yeah, that was a guess when I said that, but I'm pretty sure it was around there. That's when I first got into it.
So you've been around for a while, and
You've been
there's
on you on
there's
RT for a long time as
yeah
well.
there's been a lot of talk, especially here on our podcast, about the various builds on iRacing, and I think you've been you've experienced all of them. I know you took a little break there from what looked to be about 2020 to 2022, maybe something in that. You
Yeah.
took a break,
He
but
missed, he
you
missed the big
experienced all
year
of them just
before I
about. What would
retired.
you say like was the best racing wise and best build? Because from what I can tell, it was that 2019 2020 build.
That's what I would say, but also 2019, 2020, there was no speed shops. Like there was no drama. There was people driving aggressively. Hauser was still there, bro, you know? Like
Yeah.
but like Hauser's I don't know, people
That's just his
say he's
style.
bad sometimes, but
Hey,
like
me and Hauser
he's
had a
aggressive.
hell of a race the other night. It was till I mean, we had a few yellows there, and then he ended up getting packet loss. But me and him had a banger. You just have to understand, like once you race with a few people, you'll understand how they drive, and like Hauser's just an aggressive driver.
Uh,
Nathan is more of a safer driver.
Yeah,
I'm kind of in the
Depending
middle.
on
It
who
just
you ask,
depends.
but yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just all
this
over the
here
place, bro.
lately.
I don't try to
Depending
hit people. I
Andrew
just hit
Clark probably
people.
wouldn't say that, but yeah.
depending on the day, I'm all like it's just I'm yeah. Lord knows where you're getting with me.
But
But yeah,
you
But
like
like,
have
but I try to race clean. Like I try not to hit people, even though like I do every once in a while bump someone. Or like me and Durgan the other night were racing and that official, and I bumped his left rear a few times. Like I don't mean to really do that. I'm just like you're racing tight, and you just have to. Sometimes you just have to be. Like I got bumped by Hauser one time sliding me, and I hit the wall. Like we're just racing hard. Like it's not his fault. Like
right.
in a way too. Like I'd be
Yeah,
doing the same thing, and
I think
people
he's
just
cleaned
gotta
up a
like
lot too. He's cleaned up a lot.
he
Like I
has.
think he is a lot better than you know, what
But
he's made out
I
to
just feel
be.
like a
But
lot of people struggle. I mean we all struggle with it. I
uh,
guess.
I just
But like
gotta prove that I came back on.
whenever we get bumped or something, you get crossed over, and we immediately just hop on the mic or say something. We're all guilty of it, I guess. But a lot of the times it's racing. You know what I mean? And like you're going, especially like places like Charlotte, you're going full tilt, or like a place like just to some of those bigger tracks, and even the smaller tracks, you're going full tilt. You just bump each other once. I know it kind of screws you over, but what do you do? You know, it's nothing.
one thing
Nothing you
about
say or do is gonna change that.
one thing about free speed that I'm wondering is how concerned are you that people will take what you're giving away for free and try to sell it?
We've already had some like setup shop owners join, and I don't know who the hell they are really, but like, I mean, there's Speed Ranch people in there. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, it's free. Anybody can,
Yeah,
but I would like for them to post in the Dubs channel or at least admit to winning on it, which they're not going to, no matter what. But I don't care. I
Has
really do not care anymore.
has
Uh,
anyone joined outside of like those couple of guys? Has anyone joined the team that has kind of surprised you? Like I saw, not that this is one of them, but like seeing Chase Barbara come in there and like seem to be an active part of your community now, or Logan Rumsey. Like, has anyone kind of joined in that stepped up and you were like, oh, I didn't expect them to come join in on this and actually help out?
I've always hung out by them guys too. Like I've always gotten along with Chase. I didn't know he was off a Speed Ranch or whatever when I came back, or he kind of just came and told me one day. And Logan's always been in there too. We always get
Logan's
together.
everywhere, dude.
I think I helped him actually a
The
lot at
outfit
Nashville
and
and
like
shit like that. But like then they just started taking off, and like they have the setup, they have their baseline, they know what they like.
yeah,
It came down to PSI. Like
and
all they did was
that's
put a
kind of like
different
how I
PSI
am.
in, they took off. And
That's kind of how I am too. Like I have a baseline that I like, and we've discussed. We've shared information back and forth. I guess we say. But I have certain things that I like, and you have certain things that you like, and Nathan has certain things that he likes, and it's just what do you want? You know what I mean? You want to be free, you want to be tight, you want to be sideways, you want to be
As
obviously the new build might change that a little bit. Like if
hopefully,
maybe something
hopefully.
will be
hopefully,
faster,
yeah.
maybe
Hey,
you'll have to
dude,
search.
Like,
hopefully
hey,
we
you know
get
what?
like these tracks, like this new track build or something. Like it's just like completely different.
You know what I
Like I
said
have to
on
lift early.
the last episode? I think it was the last episode. What I said was that the racing is always best whenever there's a big change. like because
Yeah.
there's
And I
it's
think it's
too
because it's
new.
the unknown. It's
So
kind of
I
like
hope
the
I
where
hope
they
that
do the
it
track stage
yeah,
thing.
yeah. So like I hope
It's like the same
I
thing.
hope that it's a big enough change. One thing I'm curious about also about the free speed thing is as it grows, obviously what you're wanting to do is a positive thing. Just giving good fast sets away for free. How do you plan on later down the road or even right now promoting that so that people that you want to say to someone like, why are you buying whenever you can get it for free? They have to know that there is a place to get it for free in order to have that option, right? So how do you plan on promoting that at that point?
Well, I feel like that's the first thing. That too.
I know you
To
have
me.
been. I know you have been, but like, how do you plan on doing it more?
I mean, just getting people. Like I tell them, everybody that joins, that's all I want is if they want to share the post, do whatever, or just type in free speed after they win or whatever, run
Yeah.
good. Just let them know there's a platform out there for like free setups. Like they
Well,
don't
and
have to
like
go pay $20 to run fifth or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
I
and
actually had someone and like I just said there was a kid in we were in a practice race and a host or something. You know, you have the kids join says, "Hey, will you share me a setup?"
yeah.
Well, he said that, and I said, "Hey, you can check out Free Speed. Check them out." Like that's what I said because it's you. He said, "I don't want to pay for a setup," and I'm like, "Here, there you go. There's a place." I mean, but like
I
that's
mean,
what
I
you
wish
have to have.
everybody did that, but like I know everybody doesn't do that. That's in the Discord or whatever.
But
They
like
have.
I'm the same way. Like now that I'm moving out and just becoming an adult, learning this life, looking at my budget is
Mhm.
scary, dude. Like it's scary. The real world is
Not
scary.
fun, bro. Yeah, kick
No.
your ass.
So like $25 a week, that's $100 a month. Can you like that's a lot or for me that's like I know I'm racing and stuff, but like $100 a month, man, that's
I mean, if they got it and they want it, go spend it. But
right,
like,
right, right, right.
I don't care. I don't care about. I don't want no
Mhm.
drama with any of them. I don't
And
want
it
any
and
of them to
like
hate me, even though they
and
probably
there's
already
nothing
do.
wrong if you do buy it too. Like there's nothing wrong with
No,
buying setups.
You're
Like if
buy
talking.
that
it if you want to see what
because
it might be a better feel for you. But like,
that's kind of what I was saying there. Like you like I've seen kind of a little bit of everything now. I guess with setups, just like who from what they supposedly sell, I guess, and what I've been shared. Um, but everything's just a little bit different. They all drive a little different. So there's
Mhm.
certain things that you can like the CFM guys. They drive they drive different than like what you do. And
Yep.
then the Speed Ranch set drives completely different than both of those. And then like the stuff that I run spins out all the way around the racetrack. Most people hate it, and
Right.
I usually have to tighten it up, which is true. But like that's we all have our certain things that we like. I like my car to spin out. You
Devin
Nathan,
Morgan, when he was fast as hell, bro, like his shit was so loose, but he's barely on the throttle. It turns
that
in every time. You know it's gonna turn in every time.
yeah,
You
that's fine.
know,
I
like
just
something
hate
easy
being
like that to
tight
drive is probably better off. Like, and you still have drive in it,
because you
obviously.
can like my big thing I always preach consistency, man.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel the most comfortable with, that's what you got to rock with. And there is a Plum Wild pot. There's a Plum Wild 15, I think, for that $20, Matty Ice. That's the
um,
if I would I prefer I'm not gonna take a shot at Matty Ice there.
uh,
Plum Wild 15.
so look, we can't have Jordan Casey on this podcast
And now I
and
talk about
and
Ryan
not
Flatten.
and not talk about it. Let's talk about the 2023 Spring Fling.
We're gonna
Uh,
bring that shit up, bro.
come on, you won the prelim. You started pole of the feature. Did you ever imagine that race in the aftermath would play out how it did? Like, did you expect it to get that wild?
I mean, I didn't expect to even start on the pole, bro. Like, just
That's a big race. Like,
I got on a week before that. A lot of people don't know that. A week
yeah.
before,
Well, we were
and
playing
I
Call
just
of
didn't.
Duty in the Discord, I believe, like the week before. And you were
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Hey,
I did
I'm
message you, bro. I'm like, I'm just gonna get on and grind for this week, see what we can do. And like, bro, I grinded like
for a
day
week."
in, day out for a week. But I did not practice on race day. I was like, dude, I'm so burnt out. I'm like, I'm just gonna go out there and
Rip.
beat the shit out of the wall for 100 laps. And I knew it could do it. Like, I could do it. I knew Evan was gonna be faster than me on bottom. I knew he was gonna save. I was like, you know what? When he gets to me, I don't want to lose the lead. I'm just gonna get up here and rip. My
Yeah.
tire blows, it blows, and it didn't blow, and I was still fast. Like people don't see that. I was still fast. I didn't lose my tire. Maybe Evan had more tire. He could have probably ran the top faster. But throwing sliders at that track with no tire, bro, you have no dig through
Through
the
the
slick
middle.
or anything like that. Through nothing. Yeah, I was using the wall. The wall was my speed.
You did end
Yeah.
up
Yeah,
getting some spoiler damage, which we know how detrimental that is now. I don't know how much it is or was then,
not
or
at
even
Pokemon.
with, especially I was gonna say at a small track, but you
If I
you
got it
started,
earlier, it would have been better. I would have beat the shit out of the wall even more, you know?
yeah,
Like I didn't know
You
I
get
had it.
up the right rear is like different, I feel like too, a
That
certain
was a
way.
different it was a different build then too.
Like
Like
it
you
was
really
yeah,
different.
you could not hit the wall. Like I was backing the fuel cell into the wall to hit it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
It
fuel
was
cell.
it was
But now you
different.
can get to the right rear again. But they
A little
switched
bit.
that
Yeah.
back like a week later.
You
And
Yeah.
I wish they kept it like that, honestly. It was hard as shit to hit the wall at most tracks.
you
Well, like you
started,
couldn't.
Have to be
You couldn't hit the wall.
You
Like
couldn't, yeah.
in a story, you couldn't hit
That's
it.
why I grinded in there figuring out, I'm like, how can I hit the wall? You know what gear I had in there, bro? I had like a 621. I had so
Jesus.
much
Yeah.
wheel spin, the shit was crazy, bro. Like you just wanted to spin the shit out of the wheels on entry, and that was the only way you could hit the wall. And
Well, I've noticed that too. Like wheel spin's like a big deal, and I've noticed like even like with real life too, like wheel spin.
yeah,
I'm truly understanding where you want the wheel spin. Wheel spin is on entry, so the car rotates, so you don't have to turn the steering wheel.
yeah.
That is
So
what that is.
you but you started pole for the feature, the main. Busby started pole for the feature of the frenzy. He said he was super nervous, which Des gets really nervous anyways. But how nervous were you starting from the pole for the $6,000 to win Spring Fling?
I wasn't nervous until like lap one. I pushed like a dump truck. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
shit, this is good. But
yeah,
everybody did. Like that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Starting it at 0%, like we didn't
That's it.
practice on that, you know. Like I
Yeah.
did obviously for the fling. Like I figured they might do that shit, and but I thought they'd run it in a little
Calibo to
bit.
be always doing
Dude,
something
that shit was
crazy.
like juiced at the beginning, and then after that, I just rode around, and I'm like, dude, I kind of knew what I had. Like I practiced. I ran a couple 100 lap sessions before. I'm like, the shit doesn't lose speed up top. As long as like it's up top, which it's gonna be at the end, I'll be fine. But
Yeah.
obviously, lap traffic, cars get in front of you, and then you have to pass them. Like I can't maneuver. They don't see that. Like when Flatten's there, bro, like I can't do anything. I literally
Yeah.
cannot do. I'm faster than him on top on that line, but I
You
cannot
could.
pass him. If you throw a slider at Kokomo in the dry slick with 0% tire, I went back to fifth because we're trading sliders back and forth, me and a lap car, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and it
and
also
we were
sucked.
falling.
He had someone underneath him too, so you couldn't really like just bomb it.
Truly bomb it. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
send
No,
it.
yeah, and
If
yeah, it's
if
just it
you
was hard as shit. If even when I did bomb him, like he still ran his shit in the back of me and threw a slider back the next corner. It's like that's where I
Yeah.
was freaking out a little bit, you know. Like after Hauser got by me, I was like, I'm fine. I'm like, I'll just go back to the top, rip. I'm faster than them, type shit. And
Yeah.
I went up there, turned one really fast lap, and then that's where I got pissed off at Flatten because he moved right back up the track. Like
Yeah.
when they got by me, I mean, I don't care. I, I don't know. I was pissed off in the moment, and like I get heated up talking about it, obviously still, but I'm over the shit. But it's just I
well,
don't know what he was thinking, bro.
what are
That shit was
your
crazy.
what are your feelings about Ryan Flatten now?
I don't care, bro. Like whatever. He started seventh in that race, and he was back to 23rd in 10 laps. Like I don't know if he's saving or what, but like
I could. Here's the
Flatten's
thing.
no, I don't consider him like a lot of, he's not up there with the top guys if a big money event's gonna come up. Like maybe if he grinds, obviously he's got kids, he got a real car. Like I don't care. Obviously, I was pissed off at him in the moment. I have no hard feelings with him. People still bring
I
it
heard
up
you,
a
Or
lot.
you
today
said
we were
people bring it
friends.
up a lot. Like we brought it up. How like you get people bring this shit up all the time. It's almost like damn Ross Chastain in Martinsville. Like he's just never gonna hear the end of it. You're probably never gonna hear the end of this.
It is what it is, bro. I wish we were talking about like something like how I still won the type thing, but like I
Yeah.
just wanted to win that goddamn thing. Like I've been trying as long as Evan has, and I
Yeah.
feel like I
Well,
deserved it too, just as much as Evan. Like I grinded that week. Obviously, I wasn't on the sim, But
Yeah.
to say I grinded that week, I owe a lot of help to like Devin Morgan helped me out then.
Yeah.
D Will was helping me out, and then honestly, I was in a practice session by myself at midnight, bro, and I was like, you know what? Let's lose brain cells and just put a high gear in here and just beat this shit off the wall. Like the only one I was worried about that could keep up with me was Robbie Buchanan. Honestly, he was the
Really?
only one that had, yeah, and he dropped. I think he dropped packets, or did he even make it?
I
But
think you're right.
he could keep pace with me on the top.
He
He was the only one.
didn't he
The only
dropped
one.
packets in the prelim, running in the final transfer, I believe, or running in one of the transfers, if I remember correctly. But
Tested a lot throughout the week, and I see he could beat the shit out of the wall just as bad as I could. So
yeah,
I was
he
like,
was really good at wall tap, and
yeah.
but if you could go back, if you could just go back and run that race again, what do you think you would do different?
How much I could have, bro.
You don't
Like
think
I
so?
think I could have maybe if I throw a slider on him, bro, he's gonna do the same shit. Like it's his teammate. I understand that. I had one other teammate in that race, Desmond, and I told him I would junk his shit before the race, like for 6K. Like I don't care, and I don't. Uh, Ryan told me later on, and like they told him Evan was there, and then that's when he moved down. Like he moved down the track. He admitted to moving down. Like
Yeah.
it was clearly a block. Like he moved up the track right in front of me. You could still see it on the broadcast. And then Shelton said he's like, oh well, nobody's in front of Casey. You should have free track for a little bit. And then all of a sudden the 5 car just straight up the track. It was like, holy shit, bro. And
Yeah.
I can't do anything when my tire was. I'll admit it was gone. I couldn't run the middle, couldn't run the bottom, but I was still the fastest car on the
You could
track
still
before I
hang
went.
it if you were up top, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like it didn't.
A momentum thing, just beat the
Right.
shit out of the wall and keep going,
Yeah.
man.
So are
So
you? Do you think you'll still run the will you run the 2024 spring fling?
yeah, I mean, if they let me, I was kind of pissed off after and
Yeah.
talked a lot of shit, but I feel like I
Now that
cleared a
it's
lot of
been
that
almost a
air.
year,
I still talk
well,
to
not almost a
to
year, but
Ferguson every now and then, and all
Yeah.
those guys. Obviously, I haven't. Me and Flatten ain't really pen pals or anything, but
Hey,
like I don't
you
care,
guys eat
bro.
pepperoni pizzas together now.
Look, all
Yeah,
I'm gonna say is if I was in your shoes, I can't say that I would be any different. I mean, you're racing for $6,000, and whatever happens, no matter how you look at it, like it just doesn't. You feel like you got robbed, whether you didn't, whether it was an actual block, whatever. You ended up not winning, and I would probably be no different in being as mad at the time or however you feel now. So that was definitely something with that race. What about
good times.
yeah, one last thing that I wanted to ask you about. You've been around, like I've said, I'm starting with this too many times, but you've been around on iRacing for a long time. You've been able to compete with the best for a long time. One thing you haven't done though is make Pro Series. Is that an actual goal of yours? Like, are you hoping to make Pro Series ever, or is it just not something you care about? I know you have. I feel like you ran some of the qualifiers last year.
Yeah, that was really bad, bro. I took
Yeah.
that last. That's when I first got back on too. And I was like, holy shit, I'm off the pace.
Are you going to try to run them this year, or like do you even care?
I actually qualified for pro 1 year, and then everybody started getting their pro licenses, and I was like, where the hell is mine at? You know what I'm saying? And messaged Tia, and he said I wasn't getting one because I said a bad word or some shit. And I grinded that 1 year. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna run for it. I'm gonna grind, and I'm gonna try and win this shit. And all of a sudden, everybody got the pro licenses. I was like, where the hell is mine, bro? And
That's annoying.
yeah, that's where I got annoyed with the game, and then that's when I took my break. I took the like year or two break, but
Are
that's
you
the
gonna,
main reason why I did.
are you gonna try to go for it this year?
Possibly. Like, I don't know how much time I got. Like right now, I got time. Obviously, I'm building these setups, stuff like that. I'm on a lot of 12-hour shifts like throughout the week, but that's what I enjoy doing when I get home. I don't want to go out to the bar, spend money, type shit, and do all that. Like I like spending my time on here. I'm
Me
single.
too.
I ain't got,
Not
At
me
the
too, but
racetrack,
yeah.
dude. I'm at the either I'm at the racetrack or I'm usually on the PC on iRacing, just fucking around.
Or doing a podcast with me.
Or doing a podcast or playing. Like I like to play a little. I've been playing ranked actually lately, trying to get the
Playing
rank
Rocket
up on.
League with me and my
Oh,
wife.
Bro, COD looks a little better now, but like
The movement's
I want
not
to try
bad.
Modern Warfare 3. I want to try
I
it.
get
Should I get
COD
it?
on there, then you can kiss free speed goodbye. So I can't touch it
That's
again.
I know. That's what
Get
it,
addicted.
me and Casey. Well, their beginning, we grinded like what was me, you, Fox, and
Oh yeah, Fox was he's cheating, bro.
dude,
Nah, he's
Fox
that
cheats.
Dude, Dylan
aim assist
Fox?
on mouse and
Yeah,
keyboard. Yeah,
dude,
he's
he's
a little
aim
cheater, bro.
assist. Dude, he's got grip hacks on.
Hmm.
God, swear to God.
Packs.
Good old grip axe. Well, that's all I really got for you tonight here, Jordan. You got anything for him, Keith?
No, I'm just.
You ever go out with Sleeper before? Go out partying with him? See, you got the Pro Power shirt on.
Dude,
Bro, we went out
I
with
did,
him 2 nights
I
down in
like.
Florida, and that guy parties.
Oh yeah, I like Bill. We used to use Pro Power. Well, back in the day when Dad was racing supers, we've known Bill a long, long time. And I don't know if you remember. Well, Terry's been around for a while. My dad ran the Hava Tampa series, and
He was
ran
old as hell.
the. Still to this day, I think the fastest race car is still in that shop.
Yeah.
Up at Sleepers. I guarantee it. I know if you take that car out right now, put a new motor in it, and just like new drivetrain in it, I bet you go win races, guaranteed, without a
Swing
doubt.
arm or what? Swing arm shit? Yeah.
I know it. I know it would. I know for a fact you would go out and win races. But like that's the one cool thing about Pro Power and the history of Dan Sleeper. I know he's not around as much anymore,
He was
but
down in Florida for
he
Speed
would.
Week.
Yeah, I did see that. But no, dude, that's kind of the guys that I grew up racing with, and Bill's a good dude. Boom, they got the chocolate labs going on. His wife's or I like his
Josie.
wife's Josie. Yes, yes. But no,
They're good people. But
good
yeah, he
people.
parties, bro.
But
Like, we went out with him 2 nights down there, and I can't even hang with that guy, and he's like 50
crazy.
some years old, bro.
But
Jordan,
no, we appreciate what you're doing for the community. It's a cool deal. That's probably the end of what I have for Nathan says
yeah.
his last thing. But
Well,
no, I appreciate what you're doing, and hopefully you guys see some more success with it, and it grows for you, and it's a cool deal.
Appreciate it, bro.
are you
That's
still wanting to do the team race here later tonight?
see, yeah, I kind of botted up on that and didn't make a registration form or anything like that. But
Ah,
if you, I mean, if there's a can we do it tomorrow? But are you guys busy?
Kiefer probably won't be able
I
to,
can't. I'm
but I
racing.
can.
I'll be
I
racing.
would have liked to do it right after this. It would have been fun. We could have drew the names for the team race while we were on the live stream type.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I was gonna go live after this, anyways, to
Oh,
do like for the drawing of the team names and everything. But, anyways, yeah. If you do a team race, I'll be sure to tune in or get signed up for that. But again, Jordan, thank you so much for coming on the Plum Wild podcast. If you want to, give a shout out to anybody, here's your time.
Yeah, just like shout out all the people that I learned from, like D Will, who we were gonna have on. Pretty much joining D1 RT was probably the best thing that's kind of happened to me, and I did not know shit about setups back then or anything.
Mhm.
D Will, Devin Morgan helped out a lot. Like, I wish he would get back on. The guy's insane on the sim.
Mm-hmm.
He's
A
good.
lot of people
I
do
do.
not
I
know
love
how good
Devin.
he is.
I love
But
that. Yeah, Devin could be one of the best. Devin,
he could be the best if he
he could be
tried.
the best.
But he's
Yes,
got a lot of like real life shit going on, so I
he does.
understand. But if he grinded this, I think he's one of the better ones. And I learned a lot from him. Learned a lot from D Will. Owe a lot to them guys. Everybody at D1 RT.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
All right.
just keep on building, bro.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining, ladies and gentlemen. That's Jordan Casey. Thanks again. We will be right back. All right. That was Jordan Casey. Man, that free speed thing is blowing up. And
It's just a cool deal.
yeah,
I like.
like you said.
I'm not saying that you can't go buy like the CFM sets or the other guys, the other like House Speed.
But it's
Speed
good to have a
Ranch.
free option and a good free option like that. There are others.
It's cool.
There are others that do free setups, but they're
because
not
like
worth the
the
shit.
dirt, like the on the iRacing, like not necessarily oval, but the road course side of things and the rallycross side of things, like all those guys share each other the stuff, and it's super competitive, and I think it could make the iRacing scene a little bit more
Oh,
cleaner, maybe.
by the
Hopefully.
way, y'all check out the new Sweet Victory apparel hat. I got this. Go to, Sweet Victory. Get you one of these. I love this hat, actually. I was looking for a new hat. I wanted a rope hat.
OSR is who I used to start with, actually, too.
What's that?
OSR,
Yeah,
D20.
everybody's
Yeah.
tried
Dude,
OSRs.
OSR was like my go-to
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Like when I first started, I learned like setups actually made you faster instead of the fix that first process. That's a learning curve, okay? But yeah, when I found
OSR
OSR, I
was
was
it.
like, dude. And I remember back in the day when I was buying not Premiere,
Rocket
Racing setups, and then I actually won a race beating Richard, and I was like, hey, let me on the team. But I didn't get accepted, so that sucks. But I actually had another one the other day. Tanner Folds sent me. Like, I asked Tanner Folds to be on a team like 3 years ago, like on that date the other day, and he said no.
Tanner
He said,
Folds?
yeah, like 3 years ago. It was
No
like
way.
I asked to join his team right before I joined Pay to Win, actually, with Zach.
Wow.
Yeah, the memories.
So we got some big stuff coming up next week with the huge iRacing update, the thing that every road course driver has been asking for, which is rain. It's coming soon, and it's next week. And along with it will be micros, both winged and wingless, and Millbridge, the little track out there, I believe, in California, and possibly
North Carolina.
Carolina. Sorry, I was my fault.
Wow.
But maybe some track updates along with the rain, the micros, and Millbridge. The rain doesn't. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is the 2024 season 2 schedule comes with the update during week 13 next week, and usually the qualifiers are in April or May of the year, right? And that would be right, and that would be on the schedule if it's happening in season 2. So, if they're gonna do it, we'll find out the schedule and when it's actually happening, and of course, we will really dive into that next week. It's actually really good timing. The update drops on Tuesday, and then of course we have the podcast on Wednesday. So really
Thursday.
big, huh?
It's Thursday though.
I know, but usually we do it on Wednesdays. You squirrel.
Flatten's here.
Flatten's back. Flatten, you missed it, buddy.
Damn it.
Well, you just have to go back and watch the replay. Kiefer, we already talked about it, but Clarksville, good luck to you, buddy.
Hopefully we come back with a toilet, boys.
Yeah, have that toilet sitting on that bed.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, you'll have to use the toilet just as your chair for the next podcast.
I've already told Mackenzie that, like, in the apartment, like, I'm taking the toilet out and putting that one
in. Jesus. All right. Well, you got anything else to talk about?
Or it's going somewhere. Other than that, no. Hope you all have a great weekend. We'll see you all next Wednesday, hopefully. And
you're not done.
I'm not done. I know.
Okay.
Do you just want me to finish my words?
I don't know. You just sounded like you was trying to wrap it up. You gotta
want to meet Luna.
Oh.
This is Mav's girlfriend. We have stuffed animals with names. New to me.
Yeah.
But what's new to you? Nothing, because we're still doing backflips, baby. Or front flips.
I was about to say.
I got the short shorts on today.
Oh, baby, the bird dogs. Don't forget to take off the headphones. Easy, I don't want to get in trouble here. All right, here we go. Oh, brother. Just get it over with. And here we go. Oh, you really edged me there. Oh, you flattened her. Oh, my God. Wow. Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice. That one was a solid 8, I'd say.
Good, because I thought I broke my neck.
Yeah, you said that last time, and the one before that. You gotta work on the rotation on those.
Dude, there's only so much you can do.
Oh, all right. Well, I think that's it for this episode. What do you say?
That's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
2 weeks since the last episode. Yeah, it's been real. We got the next to last week of NWRA on Monday. That is at I'm gonna have to look it up. I gotta look it up. 9?
Central.
I'm not talking about the time, you squirrel. I'm talking about what track. I-55. That's at I-55. I don't know where Kiefer went. Yeah. So yeah, that'll do it for this episode of the Plum Wild podcast. Thanks again to Majula C Speed Shop for sponsoring tonight's episode. For myself and Damian Kiefer, thank you all for tuning in. And we'll see you right back here in the next one.